Hey guys, Pretzelman945 here, back with another top list, but this time it's actually a top 15 list, and this list is the top 10 favorite video games, or sorry, top 15 favorite video games of all time. Um, let's get started. At number 15 is Flow Free. Now, this game, for those who don't know, is a puzzle solving game, kind of like a Connect the Pipes game. It is easily my favorite mobile game. It is super fun and very in depth, and it's a great time. Like just you need something to pass time. This is a great game to play. There is such a variety in the amount of puzzles you can play, and that's only one mode, too. The other mode is time trials, which I think is an excellent addition to this kind of game. Um, the essential purpose is you can pick a difficulty and you can play for a certain amount of time and see how many of the puzzles you can complete. It's a really fun game mode. It really kind of does challenges your like quick thinking skills. Overall, this game has so much variety for like literally nothing at all. The only annoying thing is that ads sometimes play, but it doesn't interrupt gameplay whatsoever, so like it's really even not even that bad. At number 14 is Among Us. Now, this game has been blowing up in 2020, though interestingly, it actually originally came out in 2018. Not many people know that. But yeah, it has been blowing up in 2020 and now kind of carried over to this year as well. This game is incredibly simple, and in fact, I'm surprised no one came up with with the simple of a game premise before. Basically, you got your crewmates, you got your imposters. Imposters have to kill the crewmates. Crewmates have to solve tasks, root out the imposters. It is such a simple game idea, but it is crazy to me how such a simple game can lead to so many tense moments. I know from experience that there can be incredibly tense games of this. They're just this crazy. I know from playing with my own friends that the experiences that they're like no other. Basically, it's incredibly tense, and I love it. And number 13 is Trackmania Turbo. Now, this game is a racing game with. I played on the Xbox One. Um, yes. This game is really fun because it has a lot of really cool looking realistic graphics, for one thing. That's the first thing great. The environments and the cars look amazing. The graphics of this game are incredible. It looks really good. Um, the second thing, there is so much variety in this game, I can't even begin to say how much there is. So, first off, there is split screen. There's modes for like multiple parties, like you're holding gatherings and people are playing. There's like hot seat, which is like double driver, or it's a double driver is 2 player, like co-op driving. And then there's an entire solo campaign mode, which like if you complete, you unlock an entire new series of tracks. Which by the way, there is like 200 tracks in this game, 160 of which are already readily available. The other 40 is what you unlock by completing the campaign series. But for the campaign series, there's 3 different levels that you can take, and they have randomized track designs, and you can make your own tracks. The amount of variety in this game is ridiculous. You'll probably never be bored while playing this game because there is so much to do while you are playing it. And number 12 is Rocket League. Now, this game is, if I could describe it in one sentence, I would say it is car soccer with with futuristic graphics. That's about it. It's a pretty simple premise, but it's incredibly fun. This has to be one of my favorite multiplayer games, like ever. It is so much fun and tense to play with family and friends, especially if you're playing on different teams. My personal favorite mode in this is the Rumble mode because that has power ups, and in my opinion, power ups just make everything better. It has great controls, amazing looking graphics, and it has a lot of variety in what you can do. It has a training mode and it has replay systems, so you can capture games and stuff like that. And my point is, oh my god, the stage selection. There has to be like 30 different arenas that you can choose from, and they're all free. You don't have to pay for any of them as DLC, which is awesome. I love that. This entire game is just so incredibly fun. It has a lot of variety, makes it great fun. And number 11 is Minecraft Dungeons. Let me start this by saying I love these Minecraft spin offs, and I really hope they continue to make these. Um, I really like this game. Like, just speaking flat out here, I think this game has a perfectly balanced has a perfect balance of difficulty in combat, and like combat in gear progression. I think that system is so perfectly balanced, and it makes this game so addictive to play because you just want to keep grinding, leveling up, and get better gear because that new challenge is always just in line with the new enchantments and the gear that you're getting. And I think the fact that they balance it so well is truly a worthwhile achievement. And the gameplay is excellent. It is smooth. It is fast paced and it is amazing fun, especially whether you're playing single or multiplayer. There's a variety of levels in this game and a load of difficulties that you can play each and every level of that. And on top of that, there are 3 overarching difficulties in the game, which just makes it even more fun to try and grind your gear up. Overall, this game is really good fun, and it's just really fun to play. At number 10 is Mario Kart 8. Now, this is another racing game. It's the only Mario Kart game I've played. It has a little bit of Double Dash, but this game is super fun. It is has a load of different characters, including other characters from the Nintendo series, just like Link and then the Inklings and stuff like that. And it's just really fun whether you're playing solo or with friends or whatever. It has a lot of different courses and a lot of different power ups, and it has always been a favorite of mine for a long time. At number 9 is Lego Worlds. Now, this game is a lot of creativity and also a lot of variety because of the fact that you can literally create anything you want. Um, it has like easily the most broken thing is the landscape to it. You can destroy anything like right off the gate. And you gradually gain more tools, which is a nice progression system. And the ultimate goal is to get like 100 gold bricks, which I have done in case people were curious. It is very rewarding to get gold bricks. It can be a tad frustrating trying to hunt them down. Um, I will say the game is really just has phenomenal gameplay, but it really does suffer from the fact that it has a lot of lag and it crashes quite frequently. just because of the amount of things that can happen in the game at once. It also tends to have a lot of glitches, but while this can be a bit frustrating, I think the fun experience overall kind of equates for that. At number 8 is Super Mario Odyssey. Now, this is my first Mario game that I ever played, and it is so much fun. The story is really creative, and the gameplay is excellent with amazing fluid controls and incredible looking graphics that honestly just make it one of my favorite Squid games. It's so fun to go back and just replay through the kingdoms. And the end game, wow, the end game. There are so many power moons to collect, and just the amount of variety and the amount of power moves that you can get is insane. I think there's like some 880 power moons that you can get naturally, and you just like buy to get the rest, which I think is incredible. And the secret. Oh my god, there's so many references to past Mario games in this game that is just insane. Like, it's incredible how many references there are to older games in this game. And this game is so much fun. It has just so many good things about it. At number 7 is Animal Crossing New Horizons. Now, again, this is also my first Animal Crossing game that I've ever played. It is incredibly addictive, and it's also very, very fun. It has very simple gameplay mechanics and a nice, progressive kind of plotline system as you continue developing your island. And it kind of walks you through everything, and I want to praise in particular the DIY system because the rewards that you get for crafting is amazing, and there's so many different things you can craft. But by far the biggest thing I want to praise about this are the NPCs. Like, I think the island neighbors or whatever, my favorite thing about it is talking to them. Just hear what they have to say, and the fact that they come in so many different animal shapes and forms, and their names can be so different. I think that's wonderful. Now, of course, there are a few fixed NPCs, but for the most part, you're completely custom to a player, which makes each playing experience different from the other, which makes it super fun to talk with different people about who their villagers are and how my experience might differ from my friends, or their friends, or their friends of friends, or whatever. This entire game is just incredibly fun, and I could praise more about it, but we need to keep the video rolling. Next is Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Now, this game, I have probably logged the most hours. This is probably one of my most logged games ever. I have completed the main story probably around 15 times. I am that addicted to it. I think it is that well made and like well written to the point like it just needs that. Like, it is so well written, and the cutscenes look incredible. Especially like the graphics are a step up in this game, and the gameplay is very smooth. Albeit some frustrating sword missions, but there's so much to do in this game, and the missions are all really, really fun. Though I will say, and a big issue this game has for me, and probably the biggest issue it does have, is its lack of replayability. I really think this game suffers at a certain point from being really boring on replay because there really is not a lot of variety after you play. However, I will talk about one thing, and this is probably going to have its own separate review just because of how in-depth it is. Let's talk about it here, actually. The Hero Coliseum is basically like this card game where you have hundreds of different figures that can make a team. And the team possibilities are endless, and there's so many different free battles you can play. And this game, just in conjunction with the base game, makes this have so much variety and is so much fun to play. At number 4 is Tetris. Now, sorry, I skipped one. Number 5 is Smash. Now I love this game so much. I have also logged a load of hours in this game, and this game is so easy to pick up and play. Like, literally, I could just pick this up, play for a few hours, and put it down. It's so easy to play, and there are so many different characters that you can play. The variety is ginormous. It is immensely insane, and it is just incredible how many different characters you can actually play in this game. Main is Bowser, if was curious. I love this game to death. It also has a load of different game modes, including Colloidal Light. It's its own like singular story mode, which I think is such a cool idea to include. And one of my favorite things by far is something called Classic Mode, where each fighter has a route based on their own game, which I think is also another ingenious idea. I love playing Classic Mode. Another one of my favorite modes besides Classic Mode is this thing called Squad Strike, where you can combine into a team of fighters. I think this mode is honestly absolutely genius as well. And of course, it's a fighting game, so you gotta have good controls, and you do. They're completely customizable, using whatever control you want. It is just so incredibly freeing to play, and honestly, it's just so fun. Like, it's just so fun. So anyway, I know I kind of spoiled a little, but number 4 is Tetris. This game has such a simple and absolutely addictive gameplay mechanic that I go back and back and back to play this game. Like, it is just absolutely captivating, and the fact that it gets harder as levels increase is genius, and because it's constantly adding challenge to the actual game. At number 3 is Knights of the Old Republic. Now, or Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Now, this game is the very first RPG I ever played, and it's what got me to absolutely love the genre. Um, this game was made in 2003 and has revolutionary mechanics for the time. It has such amazing it has very good combat, albeit with some issues. Go check out my full review on my blog if you want to read about those. The graphics look great for 2003, which is when the game was made, and there are so many different side quests and things you can do in this game, and by far the best part are the characters and story. The party members and their backstories are amazing, and between that and the dialogue, interactions, and side quests, and the main story is just so incredible. And the twist of this game is like, besides the I am your father twist, is like the greatest Star Wars twist ever, and possibly the greatest twist in any video game that I've ever seen. Honestly, it is so well crafted, and when you think about the progression of the story, I'm not going to spoil it, you God no, but when you think about the progression of the story, once you replay the game and the subtleties of the dialogue that lead up to it is just incredible at the level of detail that they went to. And number 2 is Star Wars The Old Republic. Now, you want a game that has variety, this freaking has variety. There is so much stuff you can do, and the main story is incredible for almost all the classes. Now, granted, I haven't played through all of them. I've only completed 3 class stories, which were the Sith Warrior, the Trooper, and the Jedi Knight, but I'm still working on them, though I haven't played the game in a while, must confess. My favorite absolutely was the Sith Lord, followed very closely by the Jedi Knight, and then the Trooper was not bad either, but the stories have so much variety, and each group of companions that comes with each class story is so unique, and each one has a lot of personality that I just absolutely adore, and it just makes it so much fun to play this game. And oh my god, the combat is so good, and the graphics look incredible, and there is so much content to this game, and it is just incredible. I cannot say enough good things about this game. However, coming in at number 1 is Minecraft. Now, I have played Minecraft for over 7 years, and is quite honestly just the greatest game ever made. It is amazing. It is so nostalgic, and just playing it is so incredibly fun. And it's just, I have so much nostalgia for this game ever since playing it on the Pocket Edition back in 2013, and to getting it on my Xbox 360 for the first time, and the mechanics of this game are amazing, the graphics look incredible, and every version of this game has been super, super fun, and I just love it to death. That's my top 15 favorite video games. Hopefully you'll enjoy, and I will see you